This episode of On Display is brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.yeah. Every time I use Booking.com to find a place to stay in the U.S., I know they'll have exactly what I'm looking for. They have a huge variety of options from hotels to vacation rentals, and I'm always able to find something that fits my specific needs. I've found that Booking.com has something for everyone. Find exactly what you're looking for on Booking.com. Booking.yeah. If I were listening to this podcast, I'd be like, Joe Gorga's a freak of nature.
I'm not a freak. I'm actually very normal.
Hi, guys. Welcome to another episode of On Display. Excited to talk to you guys. Hope you had a great St. Patrick's Day. Shout out to everyone who bought the St. Patrick's Day sprinkle cookies. I loved seeing all your videos, and I loved that even though we're such hardcore Italians over here, we're able to jump into your St. Patrick's Days, your parties, and all of that. So thank you, as always. I love how much you guys are loving the sprinkles. And again, I'm just going to tease you one more time. Wait till you see what's coming out for Easter. It's so exciting and so fun. And before I introduce my guest today, I need to call all my Toronto fans that are out there. Canada, we are coming. I am so excited about this. April 12th. It's less than a month away. We are going to be in Toronto. Me, Joe Gorga, Frank Catania. We have such a fun show for you guys. Tickets are available now at ticketmaster.ca. So it's ticketmaster.canada. And we're going to have such a fun show. We're going to do a meet and greet. We're going to do some questions live. I'm going to host the show. Joe and Frank are going to do some comedy. So spread the word around to all my Toronto fans out there. We cannot wait to meet you all. This is going to be my very first time in Toronto. I have never been, so I'm super excited to come out there. So make sure you guys go to ticketmaster.ca, April 12th at the Elgin and Winter Garden Theaters. So make sure you guys look it up. You can get the tickets on Ticketmaster. And we cannot wait to come see you. I am going to be so excited to be in Toronto. So we will see you guys April 12th. Make sure you spread the word to all your Toronto people. But let's just jump right into it today with my guest. Today I have a great guest. He loves to wear a baseball hat and a Mazel t-shirt. And his name is Joe Gorga. Yeah. Welcome, Joe.
What's up, babe?
I like your t-shirt.
You like the Mazel, babe?
It says Mazel. I think you got that when we were on Watch What Happens Live. It was like a gift from Andy Cohen or something.
Yep. I wear it all the time. It's a very comfortable t-shirt. I love it.
Do you know what Mazel means?
Yes.
What?
I don't know.
What do you mean? What does Mazel mean?
Love you or something, right? Or hello or something? I forget.
Joe.
Wait, what?
What does Mazel mean?
Merry Christmas or something? Like Mazel?
Oh my God.
No, I don't know. What does it mean?
It means like, maybe I'm wrong, but I thought it meant congratulations.
I forgot what it meant.
I thought it meant like Mazel, congratulations, good for fortune. Like it means good luck. It means good fortune.
Yes, that's what it means. Okay.
Good luck. Like, so when you write Mazel, it's like you're wishing good fortune, good luck.
Everybody says to me, hey, Mazel. I'm like, Mazel.
I kind of thought it meant like congratulations, like, hey, Mazel. But like, it's like if you get married, people say Mazel, like good fortune to you, good luck. You know what I mean?
All right, so good
kind of like congrats. I mean, a little similar to God bless. I would say similar to God bless.
I need the luck, babe. I got lucky 20 years ago.
You did get lucky.
When I met you, that's it. I haven't been lucky in a long time.
Yeah, you're a very lucky guy.
Shit, yeah.
You're going to love this podcast I have. Wait till you guys hear we're having a marriage podcast today.
Marriage? Oh, man.
We are talking all today about marriage, the do's and don'ts of marriage. I want your opinion. You're going to give the ladies, your opinion. I'm going to give them my opinion. You can tell the men what you're thinking. Like, we are going to give marriage advice and even, a little dating advice, marriage advice for couples. We're going to get into that in a little bit.
We got a lot of marriage advice. Your birthday's coming up.
Yes, my birthday's tomorrow.
40 what?
Oh, I'm in my 40s. I'm in my early, how we're just going to say early 40s. We're going with that. No, honestly, I feel with age comes like such a beautiful strength and like wisdom And I don't know. I actually feel good. And you know what's funny? Call me crazy, but I feel like I look like I'm more happy with, like, if I look at a picture, I like myself better right now. Is that normal? Like when you look at a picture, Joe, don't you like what you look like now opposed to like the earlier days?
Well, we say that, right? But when you go back in 10 years, 15 years, 20 years from now, we looked different, but we looked good in those days.
Yeah, but like I look at the jeans, some of the jeans you wore.
And the way we dressed, but that was in then, so we looked good. Remember, you used to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, damn, man, I'm going out clubbing tonight.
You know?
And you look good as hell. I go back and look at those pictures. I'm like, look at that idiot. What was I wearing?
Wait, I hate, now that I look back, all the old episodes of Jersey and all with hair, Joe, you are so much better with this head of hair that you have now.
You like it?
I like it so, look at this. Look at this. He's ripping off the baseball hat so everyone could see his little head. You have a nice shaped head. Not all guys could shave their head because they have like an odd, like you have a good shape.
That was a shocker, man. I used to take my hair up and
you used to try to make it something.
Yeah, listen, it happens to the best of us. I wish I would have known. I would have just shaved it a long time ago.
What do you feel about me turning another year older? Like, what's your true thoughts? Are you getting nervous? Like, oh my God, we're getting older here. We're growing. What do you feel?
What do I feel? I feel like every day I just go with it, man. I just take it for day by day, and I live every day. I mean, listen, business doesn't get easier; it gets harder. And you thought, like, as I get older, I'm like, it's going to get easier, but it doesn't. So I'm just, my biggest thing is that I'm just grateful that I am healthy. You are healthy. Our kids are healthy, and I really mean that. I'm not saying anything. So. I'm going to just say, fuck the money, fuck everything, as long as we're healthy, And look, Joey P., my brother-in-law was just in a hospital. He was almost a month he had an infection in his leg. Very
scary, guys. Yeah. A cut started between his toes, and it turned into an infection up his whole leg. That is very scary. It can turn he was there for 2 weeks.
No, it was a month.
Very bad, and he's still suffering, and he's still limping. But it's on the heel. It's on the mends now. But you can get, God forbid, you can get your leg amputated. You could get like sepsis. You can get things in the hospital when you're there. So it's like the silliest things. You have no idea, right? That's
and you don't. And he said, I can't believe how much my health means everything to me because I was helpless,
right?
And I sat there doing nothing, and who cares about anything? That's why I'm. Listen, things go up and down, the economy, and I'm dealing with it, and my business takes a big hit in it. But you know what? As long as I come home to you, and I'm not just saying this, and you're happy and you're healthy, and my kids are, healthy, and what else you want? And we can get up and I can eat food. I'm not in the streets. We're good, man. We're living good. We're happy.
Are you so in love with me still?
I am in love with you. I am.
As much as you were in the beginning, are you like, I'm obsessed with her? Like, you can never leave my side now.
It's a different obsession now. It was more, I'm attracted to you now, but I guess that obsession was kind of different. Now it's more like you're my love of my life, and I've built the whole life with you, so I'm obsessed with you in that way.
In every way. You're sexually obsessed with me also.
I am. I'm not saying
There's got to be a reason that you're always trying to get it.
Yeah, but you got to remember something. My sexual... I'm very horny, and I have the sex drive, but I'm not as, sex...
Like you used to let it ruin your night if you didn't have sex. Like it would literally ruin your night. When you were in your 30s, I would say... and even your 40s, like you're in your 40s, like your early 40s, like it would ruin your night if we went out to dinner and like we didn't have sex, or if we came home, you'd be like in a bad mood, which now I know it's not that abnormal because I watch all these TikToks and I see all like these funny TikToks that these couples make. And I'm like, oh my God, that's my husband. You show me them all too. He sends me these TikToks all day long.
I think it ruins a lot of people's marriage, and a lot of guys get offended. And that's the word, offended, when, your wife doesn't want to have sex. It's almost like a slap in your face. And here you are, you're a man, you're going to work every day, you're grinding, whatever you're doing, and you have a certain sex drive. You have testosterone in your body, so you're looking. We weren't born this way. God made us this way. Just like a dog. When a dog comes out, they're born, they start humping. They're just, who taught them how to hump? They just know how to hump.
Well,
right?
it's natural. It's called an instinct.
Yeah, it's an instinct. They know how to hump it. They got this testosterone. Same thing with men. So when we come home, we might, listen, men look at other women, they get attracted. They do. They get, look at her. But when they want to come home, they want their wife. Just like women do too. They look at a good-looking guy, they're like, oh, he's handsome. He's, whatever. You probably might think of him. Who cares? As long as you come home and take your husband. Right?
Yeah, I think there's many sexual needs that are like a manifestation of attention, right? We all have like sort of attention needs that we need, and I think sex is one of those things. And
I'm an attention seeker because I work so much, and I like to come home and I feel like I grind all day. It's like a 14-hour day, just hardcore. And when you come home, what do I have to look forward to? Right? Let's think about that. As a man, if you're out there all day in the trenches, working, and you can't be a man all day or whatever, so you got to come home and you at least want that, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. It could be 10 minutes.
Do you think it's necessary for us to have it every day? Because, I mean, if it were up to you, we probably would. If you came home every day like in a decent mood, you'd want to have sex every day. If it wasn't annoying to your wife to have sex every day, I think you would want to.
But let me ask you something. Do you eat every day?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you drink water? Do you have a coffee every day? You need it, right? It's like,
yeah, I'm not going to die if I don't have sex. I'm going to die if I don't eat or drink water.
Well, same shit.
No, it's not
it's
the
all
same.
Mental. It's a mental game. And it's a mental game for you too. So as a woman, when you're loved and a man that wants you and you have sex with, you feel different throughout the day. You might not think, oh, I just had sex last night and I feel good. No, you're just happier.
So let me ask you this. Do you think it's men like you, men who don't cheat, right? That just come home, they really want their wife and they work hard all day and they just want to come home and have their wife? Like, is that more normal for men like you? Or do you think men that actually have a side piece or do something still want to come home and still want their wives too? Would they do both?
This is a trick question. Look at it. Trick question. Look at it.
That's not a trick question.
It is.
I want to know, really.
Well,
because we have different friends in different relationships and family members in different relationships. And I just want to know. And I think women out there would like to hear your opinion.
Okay. So I look at it this way. I think if a guy's out there cheating and doing his thing, but he's still obsessed with his wife, because your wife is your wife, right? She doesn't smell like other women. Yeah, she doesn't smell like another woman. That's your wife. That's who you. It's a different kind of whatever, which I wouldn't know because I haven't had it in a long time. But I'm just saying. But
you haven't had what in a long time? Another woman?
I haven't had another woman. But I know when you're with the same woman, it's just look. I smell you, and it's. I'm sure if I went with another woman, it'd be awkward for me. So
she's going to smell different. She's going to feel different. Yeah. She's going to taste different.
Right.
I mean, why are we even discussing this?
And I hear this about other men. Men say, that cheat, that their wives. But
yeah, but what does that mean? I don't understand. So
some
okay,
wives,
so it's like I cheat, but nobody's my wife. That's some fucked up shit.
Yeah, but some wives they turn them away. So they might not have sex for 2 weeks.
Well, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about marriages where there's no sex in the marriage, and then is it okay to we didn't get to that subject yet, Joe. Who doesn't love the good things in life? Even though I enjoy a little luxury, it's always nice when I find something affordable that I also love. That's how I discovered Quince. Quince is my go-to for luxury essentials at affordable prices. Quince offers a range of high-quality items at prices within reach, like 100% Mongolian cashmere sweaters from $50, washable silk tops and dresses, organic cotton sweaters, and 14-karat gold jewelry. The best part, all Quince items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. By partnering with top factories, Quince cuts out the middleman and passes the savings on to you. And Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices and premium fabrics and finishes. It's good for you. It's good for everyone else on earth. Win-win. I just got this cute little organic textured cotton peasant blouse that is so soft and easy to match with nearly any everyday look. And I also picked up this linen strapless top, which is great for almost any occasion, whether it's worn on its own on a nice day outside or wrapped under a coat when you're heading out on an evening or a date. Give yourself the luxury you deserve with Quince. Go to quince.com/Melissa for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/Melissa to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Melissa. This podcast is sponsored by Smalls. It's funny being a person promoting cat food when I don't even have a cat, but so many people in my life have raved about the cat food from Smalls that I just have to talk about it. Smalls cat food is protein-packed recipes made with preservative-free ingredients you'd find in your fridge, and it's delivered right to your door. That's why Cats.com named Smalls their best overall cat food. Smalls was started back in 2017 by a couple of guys home cooking cat food in small batches for their friends. A few short years later, they've served millions of meals to cats across the U.S. Plus, Smalls works with the Humane Society. They've donated over $1 million worth of food to help cats, and they even give you a chance to donate at checkout. Guys, that's seriously awesome. And now you can add other cat favorites like amazing treats and snacks to your Smalls order. Check this out. After switching to Smalls, 88% of cat owners reported overall health improvements. That's a huge deal. The team at Smalls is so confident your cat will love their product that you can try risk-free. That means they will refund you if your cat won't eat their food. What are you waiting for? Give your cat the food they deserve. Head to smalls.com and use promo code Melissa at checkout for 50% off your first order plus free shipping. That's the best offer you're going to find, and you have to use my code Melissa so you get 50% off your first order. One last time, that's code Melissa for 50% off your first order plus free shipping. What we're talking about right now is men who truly are attracted to their wives, right? Yeah. Do have sex with their wives. Their wives don't turn them down, okay? I'm asking you about that type of marriage first. So like, what goes on with that? Like, why is there some marriages out there, or why there's definitely men out there who have a wife that has sex with them and enjoys them, and they have sexual, like, love for each other, but they still cheat.
That's just that, that guy is just, he's going out there and he's just, it's like the kill. He's going out for the kill, and that's what his drive is. And his drive is to go out there.
It sounds like a very selfish human being to me. It sounds like one of those, like, you're never going to give that man enough, if you ask me, because if he's getting it on the side and then he comes home and he really truly is not, like, I'll have a separate conversation about a guy who's unattracted to his wife and he's just in, like, a sister. I met her when she was young. I love her, but, like, I don't have a sexual attraction for her. I'll have that as a separate talk. I'm talking about the guy who is attracted to his wife, does have sex with his wife, is attracted to her, and still cheats. Like, why would a man do that?
But we're not going to just pencil out a guy because women are the same way. You know that, right? There's marriages of women also that need
that's true
that extra. So it's both. It's and I'm not trying to be, I'll win it too. No, I know, I got stories. I know stories. I know people that the wives are out there doing their thing too. They need it. Just certain people just need certain things. Like, you might need certain things, right? And that's certain people. They need that extra. It's not enough.
Wow. Yeah.
So I'm enough. I'm but I'm kind of scared of you, because if I did, you probably cut it off.
No, I don't want you to. No. I don't want you to say that you're just scared of me. I want you to be like, I would never, like, take that chance.
I would never. I really.
That's a huge.
Yeah, it's a big chance, and I deal with enough shit every day, and I have no.
Even if you had someone who's completely on your side, right? Like, the other person completely agreeing with you, saying, like, listen, I'm married, you're married, I'm never going to really want you, you're never going to really want me. We're just having this like fun thing on the side. Like, that is very scary too. That is something that like, that's super, super scary to get into.
I just think that like marriage is your biggest commitment, your biggest contract you're going to make in your life. Mm-hmm. And if you really, fuck with it, it sucks. It's scary. It's a whole, you're moving out of your house. Your kids are getting affected. Your whole life's affected. It's
upside down.
Tough.
And the biggest thing is the grass is not greener on the other side. And I think that, sometimes people go through phases in life, and someone gave me this advice once. They were talking about just marriages and ups and downs. And they're like, as long as you're both not at a low point at the same time, the other one always has to pull one back and kind of say like, what are you doing? And this is why marriages go up and down. But if you're both at the low or doing something wrong at the same time, that's when the marriage usually ends. But as long as one is pulling the other one back and kind of snapping sense back into them, whether it be some type of forgiveness or whatever it is, it doesn't necessarily have to be cheating. It can be the way they're zoning out or treating them or cheating or whatever. As long as one is pulling them back, that's always the key. And this, Joe, I saw Kris Jenner literally said her worst, like I think she was in her early 40s when she left her husband. And she just recently said, like, her daughter asked her, Chloe said, like, why did you go? Like, and she goes, to this day, it was my biggest regret in life. Like, I loved him. I loved hanging with him. He gave me everything I need. I had all my girls with him, my family with him, whatever it was. And I just thought it would be fun, and I needed excitement, and I thought the grass was going to be greener, and I needed this to get me through like whatever, a couple hours of the day. And she's like, biggest regret I ever made. Like, if someone told me then what I know now. And I think that's a lot of people feel that way. And if you can get through that little phase and like whatever it is, talk sense into yourself, if you're thinking you want to leave, that's huge.
My father always used to say to me, you have a wife, right? And my dad adored his wife. And my dad was a stud when he was single, and he was very good looking. And he's always planted into my head. He goes, listen, whatever your wife has between her legs, the other woman has the same thing. He goes, okay, some move a little different.
Oh my God.
He goes, you show your wife to move like that. He goes, but it's always going to be the same.
Unbelievable.
So stick with your wife. You know what I mean?
Because either way, you're going to get it. Just tell her what you like.
Yeah, he goes, that's all the same. He
Oh
goes,
my God.
It's all the same. So just be with your wife.
I can completely hear him saying that. Like, no cheetah. Either way, you got a this a girl or that a girl. It's all of the same.
So I look at it like, listen, we've been married 20 years. And for 20 years, I've treated you a certain way, right? I've came home and I've made you my everything. I've given you love. I've given you attention. And what I wanted, if I wanted to go to the strip club, I came home and I made you dance for me, didn't I? I said, dance for me. Come on.
I never danced for you. You're making these people think like I put a show on in the bedroom.
No, whatever. You put a thong on.
No, his one thing is like, so some guys prefer you butt naked, and they do. They want to see you naked. Joe is he likes a lingerie. He likes a G-string. He'll literally, because I have this thing, like when I'm going to bed at night, I put no undergarments on at all. I want loose clothing, no bras, no underwear, nothing. And Joe, if he wants to have sex or we're going to have sex, he's always like, go put a thong on. And I'm like, oh my God, you're just going to take it off. But he wants to see, he likes the visual. You're a visual guy.
Well, I like a visual, and I like the respect too. Like if you say to me, if I tell you go do this and you're doing it and you're making me happy, I love that. I respect that for you. And I'm like, look at my wife. Like if you ask me to do something, I'm going to do it for you. And that's what a relationship is. It's not like, oh, come on. Just get it over with. I mean, and there's nights that it is. It's not always.
Well, no, there's definitely maintenance sex. It's not always go put a thong on. It's maintenance. It's like, hurry up. You got 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, Let's go.
I look at it
That's
this way.
me being a nice wife, because that's me not in the mood and really could care less. And if you just watch and read the books and whatever, it's a fact that men want more sex than women. It's a fact.
Well, not necessarily. There's a lot of women
9
that
times out of 10. There
Yeah.
are. We do have some friends that are like, no, I wanted. He's always tired. And we're like, really?
But I look at it this way. I look at it like, listen, you live one life. You're with that person. You're with them every day, no
So
matter what.
cuddle.
Yeah, might as
Cuddle.
well just-
Let's cuddle. I love a
Right.
cuddle. I know you guys, I know you ladies hear me out there. There's no such thing as cuddling. Like, I love to cuddle, but like, once we get in the bed and the cuddle starts, it just always goes right into something else. Like this, there's no such thing as a cuddle.
Yeah, so let me tell everybody about that. So for the first, I don't know, 10, 12, 15 years, she tried not to cuddle me. Because she knew
I
if we
never
were gonna
cuddled him.
cuddle, it was on. It was
Yeah,
like,
it
all right.
meant like, and I love to cuddle. I'm a cuddler,
But
but
I
I'm
think
like,
that's wrong. You screwed yourself.
I could barely get in the bed at night sometimes because it's just like hands go.
But what is the big
It's
deal?
like-
Listen,
The big deal is I don't want to make a production. I want to be rubbed on my leg or something, and I want to be hugged. I want to go to sleep.
But what's the big deal if you just like, all right, slide it down and let's go.
No.
It's
See,
it's a quick like.
don't manipulate me. That is manipulating.
But see, that's the problem. That's the problem. It's like you want to go do something. I'm like, I don't want to do it, but I do it.
Also, we're putting like, I hate to be like,
You'll make me like.
hate to be gross, but like, or whatever. What's the word called? TMI. But like, you're putting something inside, right, of me. Like, how much you think I could just like, you can't just, of course you would do it every freaking day if you could. Not me.
We got to do all the work. we gotta
Well, if you want it, you got to do the work. Like, that's it. If you want it, you got to put the motion of the ocean and all that, because, oh
But
my God.
I believe our relationship has been strong for the past 20 years is because of our sexual life.
You've always said that.
And I mean that. And
But it's also our like, so listen, I have girlfriends that will talk to me about, yes, we're very sexually connected, but we do a lot together. And we have girlfriends and friends of ours that get not jealous, envious of that. They're very much so like, I can't believe how you guys do so much together and you actually want to be together. Like, you actually want to go to the movies together on a Friday night with no other friends. Like, you guys actually want to just stay home on the couch and watch TV together. And I think you're focusing in or zeroing in on the sex, but I'm talking about the fact that you and I really do hang out like friends. I think it was like a couple nights ago, Joe goes, we were at home or something on a Friday night, and you said something like, look at us, it's just me and you. We're just like best friends. Like, we just watch a movie together. Like, it was like,
here you are again.
yeah. Like, it's like,
again.
look at us. It's just me and you, kid. Like,
But listen, you got to pick and choose in life. You got to pick, like, I'm with you. You're my wife. You have
listen
my
how you say,
babies.
that's a Jersey thing you say, by the way.
Why?
You say, I'm with you. Like, no, I'm with you.
I'm with you.
You said, I'm with you. Like, it's like, yo, I'm with you.
I'm with you.
I'm with yous.
Yeah, no. I don't say use, never.
No, I know, but
No.
it sounds like you were gonna.
No, but I'm with you. All right? You're my wife. You're my best friend. I always say, you're my best friend. And let's make memories together. Let's hang out together. And it's much easier. Listen, there's guys' nights, yes. But what am I going to do? How many times can you go out on a guys' night? Like,
No,
really,
you know what? You know
it's
what?
like, now these days, you get in trouble. You can't even look at anybody.
I know. That's why you don't like a guy's night, because to you, a guy's night means flirt with other girls. You don't just enjoy the conversation
go.
with
Flirt.
men.
Yeah, Joe
Like, you need to
Gorga.
sit with the men and talk to the men and have like, when I go for a girls' night, we don't even look. We literally talk all night at the table, order a Cosmo, and
What do
like,
you think guys do? What do you think? We're out in the bar and buying drinks for girls? Come on, we're all
oh my
married.
God, I will slice you. One of the hardest parts of getting older is feeling like something's wrong with your body, but not really knowing what. Everything just feels off. And I've come to realize it's not just aging, it's hormones. Women's hormones are so complex, and if anything goes off balance, the whole body suffers. That's why I want to tell you about Happy Mammoth's Hormone Harmony. Hormone Harmony is a herbal formula that fine-tunes the hormonal system like a musician tunes a guitar. It doesn't just help with estrogen, it also also helps with stress hormones such as cortisol, a little troublemaker that can contribute to weight gain, among other things. Happy Mammoth, the company that created Hormone Harmony, only uses science-backed ingredients that have been proven to work for women. They make no compromise when it comes to quality, and it shows. The results are so impressive. There's over 40,000 reviews on their website. Women cannot stop talking about it on social media. A bottle of Hormone Harmony is sold every 24 seconds. That's because Hormone Harmony can help with such a wide range of problems. Hot flashes and night sweats, racing thoughts and low moods, poor sleep and lack of energy, and occasional bloating and gas. Yeah, Hormone Harmony can help with all of these things. According to a survey, 86% of women started losing weight. 77% say it improved their mood. And the biggest benefit, 100% of the women surveyed said they're feeling like themselves again. That is priceless. For a limited time, you can get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com. Just use code Melissa at checkout. That's happy, MAMMOTH.com, and use code Melissa for 15% off. On Display with Melissa Gorga is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians, these are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Because Progressive offers discounts for paying in full, owning a home, and more. Plus, you can count on their great customer service to help you when you need it, so your dollar goes a really long way. Visit Progressive.com to see if you can save on car insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.
Let's talk about that. In a relationship, if you're married, right? Let's say, would it be okay if, say, you went out with your girls, I went out with my friends, my boys one night, and like, all right, go flirt, but don't do nothing. Just flirt. Tell a girl she's beautiful. Tell her she's hot.
No, I would not want my man out telling a girl she was beautiful. Like, come on now.
And come home and take care of business. How about you? Would you like that?
Would you want me to go up to a guy and tell him how hot he was and like?
No, if a guy came up to you and said, "I want to buy you a drink," right?
And I'm married.
Have you been? Have men bought you drinks? Have you been when you've been out?
I would know. So if a guy comes up to me like, "Hey, can I buy you a drink?" To me, that's like me and you are gonna step aside and have a conversation. Like, no, that would be a hard no, Joe. That's cheating.
Wait. So you tell me if you're at the bar and a guy's like, "I'll buy her this around."
Well, if he's on the other end of the bar, a lot of times they know me. Yeah, they'll send us drinks. I don't find that's nice.
How about if he's next to you and he brought you a drink?
No, it's Joe.
What do you say? No,
Joe. If a guy, I'm talking to you.
Okay.
If a guy comes up to me and is like, "Hi, how you doing? What's your name?" and he doesn't know that I'm Melissa Gorga, right? He doesn't know. He doesn't watch Real Housewives of New Jersey, and he's like, "Can I buy you a drink?" Bro, if I say yes, I'm totally going to the bar with a guy so he can buy me a drink and we can talk and learn more about each other. Like, are you kidding me? So if a girl didn't know you were Joe Gorga and she walked up to you because she thought you were hot and she was like, "Hey, like, can we talk? Like, want to buy me a drink?" And you were like, "Yeah, let's go." What? I'll blow the whole restaurant up. Like, are you kidding me, Joe? Are you trying to say that that's okay?
No,
That's horrific. That's horrible. That's
you
going. Okay. You know what you're asking for? Trouble. Because once you and this person, or I and this person, take steps away, we're sitting alone together at a bar. Now we're flirting. Now we're learning about each other. Now we're sharing a cocktail. Inappropriate. I'm sorry. Inappropriate. I know you would. You think is that cool if I do that?
No, I've never done it, but I'm just asking a question. So.
Okay. Well, there's your answer. Do you agree with that answer, or do you think it's okay if I do that?
I mean, if you're not thinking of any, like, all right, I'm hooking up or I want, no, I mean, you want to.
All right. So if a guy says to me, seriously, he sees me in a club, he probably thinks I'm pretty, and he walks over to me and he says, "Hey, can I buy you a drink?" And him and I walk to the bar, sit down, and the guy buys me a drink. You're telling me that's fine?
No. You're not listening. You're sitting at the bar. You're sitting at a bar, and he's right next to you. You want to buy a drink? You want a drink? All right.
No, I'm good. I got my own money, mother. I got my own money. Like, I'm good. I don't need you to buy me a drink.
All right.
How about that?
Okay.
I'm sorry. So that's what I feel that married people should say. And I do feel like if you're a married guy at the bar and there's 3 girls next to you and you're sitting at the bar with your best friend, and you got 3 girls next to you guys and they're like, oh, hey guys. And you guys are like, hey, can we buy you girls a drink? Inappropriate. Absolutely not. You are not spending money on the girls at the bar. It's inappropriate.
So is porn, like watching porn on your phone?
It's
Is that
listen,
cheating?
a lot of women get insulted with porn because they're not, like, their husband doesn't have sex with them. They watch porn instead. But like, if you're doing it as like your own little, listen, if I had to pick a vice, right? If I had to say, like, would I rather my husband be out a lot with his friends and buying girls drinks, or would I rather him like watch porn when he's alone, or like while he's driving home from work or something? I'm going to pick, I hope he just like looks at porn and then comes home and has sex with me. Like, if I had to pick.
I've done that.
Ew.
I've done that, yeah.
Yeah, I believe you have. Yes,
I know you were gonna
you know
bitch.
what? I've caught it, guys. I've caught it on his phone. Like, you know, when you don't shut down all your apps, and I'm like, oh, what is this?
Who
like,
cares?
what are you looking at? Like,
Listen,
I find it very insulting because he would get so jealous, even though the guy is untouchable and I can't
No, I
reach the
wouldn't.
guy.
No.
If I were watching penises on porn, just because I'm home alone, nobody's home yet, just watching. You know, I'm watching these penises right now because I'm bored. And like, I'm going to have sex with you later. But for now, I'm looking at, you know, guy number 2's penis. And like, it's so fun. You'd be like, are you fucking kidding me?
I actually.
You would not like it.
I think I would because.
No, you would like it if you were
you were
with
doing
me.
it with me and you were getting excited.
I
'cause you're
didn't
waiting
say
for
I
me
was
to get
doing
home,
it with you.
I would like it. No, you know, what I'm trying
I'm
to say.
saying if I did it without you, like you do, like if I were just
like you do.
like putting
Like
on
you
porn, like I'm sure you do, putting on porn, taking care of myself, just because when meanwhile, me and you have a very healthy sex relationship, right?
Well, sometimes guys got to take care of themselves because, you know, we know it's like, all right, she's not in the mood tonight, you know? And,
Get over it. Skip a night, would you?
There was a time I got you into porn and you liked it.
No, I didn't.
You were, yes, you did.
We're not having this conversation.
Together. She was in it. And all of a sudden she just stopped out of nowhere. I'm like, why'd you stop? I never really asked you that question.
I'm not even having this conversation.
No, why did you stop?
I was 24 and you put it on. I don't even know what you're talking about.
I used to put it on.
All right, okay. My daughter's probably listening to this podcast.
You don't listen to this. So I used to put it on for years, for maybe 3, 4, 5 years. You would shut it off. Then one day she got into it.
Are you a freak? People are going to think you are a freak. Like, if I were listening to this podcast, I'd be like, Joe Gorga's a freak of nature.
I'm not a freak. I'm actually very normal. I don't beat you. I don't slap you.
I
don't tie you down. I don't put an apple in your mouth. You know,
apple in your mouth. You don't do a shower, a golden shower.
No,
we don't do nothing.
We do none of
the
that.
truth is, like, I think people would think you and I had like real like kinky. We don't have kinky sex at all. Like, we're very normal in the bedroom. I would say basic, like normal, right, Joe?
Yeah.
Besides the fact that you always need a thong, it's like so annoying. Like, he literally be like in the drawer. He'll open the drawer and like pick it himself. He's like, I'm gonna move for this one.
Yeah, that one. Nice.
I'm like, this is crazy. Anyway, this brings me to the top things that every long-term couple will eventually fight about. Okay. So according to a survey, here are the top things every long-term couple will fight about.
I got
okay.
it. Ready?
So we're going to give our takes on them. Okay. Okay.
What's
okay.
number one?
Number one, what should we spend money on? So long-term couples fight about this. Why?
Why? Because, you know, everybody's different. I want to put money somewhere else. You don't.
I feel like you and we have this fight. Joe and I are very different with our money. We're very different on how we want to save our money, right? So we have this fight. And it actually is interesting that this is number one because, Joe, if you think about this, you and I will literally get annoyed at each other enough that we'll walk out of the room if we bring this topic up. Right?
Yep.
Not legit. Like, I'm like, ugh. Like, I walk out of the room. He walks out of the room because I believe that my method and how I want to save money is right. And he believes how he wants to save our money is right. And we disagree immensely on it. So it's rough. I mean, it does help that kind of we have two different like shticks on like how we make money.
Yeah.
So it kind of works because I tend to save my money the way I want to save it. And you do save your money the way you do. Right. And like, I mean, you just make different money than me. You're a real estate investor. So you want to save money in buildings and real estate. And I believe in like putting it in the bank, watching the interest pile up, the special, like, whatever, all the things. Like, I like to do all of those things. Joe likes to, like, look at it in a building and have it be real estate.
No, what I like, you got to invest your money. Don't keep it in the bank. You keep enough money in the bank just to pay your bills, but you got to invest it. When the money sits in the bank, it's making nothing. You're killing yourself.
Right.
My old school parents, they did the same thing. They kept it in the safe, under the mattress, very little, and it never grew.
Okay, but don't you think, though,
you have to buy properties, homes, put it in the stock market. You have to take that $1,000 that you have and make it $10,000. Not make it at the end of the year. And I could take $1,000 and I'm giving you a round number. I could take $1,000 and at the end of the year make it $10,000 or $100,000. Right? Let's say $100,000. Where Melissa would keep that $1,000 in a bank, and at the end of the year it's $1,100 in interest, and she's like, "Oh, I made $100 in interest," and then you pay tax on that money.
No,
you have to.
That is not what I'm saying. I want to.
You have to take risks. You got to go out there. You got to grind. There's a saying out there that every husband would come home and you wouldn't even know what he's been through in that one day. There's so many men that have hit rock bottom but have made it right back up in 2-3 years, and because they're entrepreneurs, right? They just keep going and they make money. Where, a woman is a little different. And there's women out there that are exactly like those kind of men. But mostly like you, your money needs to grow. I would never. Once I get money, I don't know what to do. I gotta make it grow. Got to make it grow.
Yeah, we invest. So honestly, that's a couple issue for sure. You and I definitely invest in different things. We believe in saving our money different ways, for sure. And we're lucky that we both make money and we both do save it in different ways. And then there's a happy medium for both of us. So, but also couples are fighting about what they should spend money on, right? Not just how they can save it. So like, there's people who want to live paycheck to paycheck. There's couples out there where maybe the wife or the husband's like, listen, we have $2,000 this week. Let's go on vacation. Let's put in the new pool. Let's do this. And they put themselves back to zero and worry about it next week. And they live paycheck to paycheck, right? And they want to live their life. They're like, listen, we live one life. And then couples fight because you have someone else who doesn't want to do that, doesn't want to spend $300 on dinner, rather put it in the bank, right? So I feel like that's a huge issue. Do you have advice for these people, Joe? Like, is there a happy medium for these people that want to live differently?
I say, listen, my thing is just every day, just get up and go to work, no matter what. Just keep making money, no matter what you do, is keep making money.
Well, you're exhausting that way. Sometimes you just need to sit down. Like you are.
No,
he even reminds me, did you do this? Did you do that? Well, you should do this. Well, I'm like, Joe, I need to act. I want to watch Grey's Anatomy. That's what I want to do.
You cannot take it easy in life because things change. If you've been watching the world, things are nothing stays the same. Let's say you might be selling pretzels. All right, I'm selling pretzels every day and I'm doing great and I'm making money and everything's good. And 6 years from now, the pretzel business is going to change. Oh, you can't eat pretzels. People don't like pretzels anymore. Now you got to reinvent yourself. I say you'd never get comfortable. You constantly look for that extra deal, and you constantly reinvent yourself every day.
Well, that part I think is huge. That's
huge. You got to go out there, instead of doing 1, 2 things, you do 10 things. Melissa's like, I'm like, babe, let's do that. She's like, well, I'm not that. I'm this. I'm like, well, you can be that too. That is what a business person is. You can be
a jack of all trades.
Yes.
By the way, I am a jack of all. I feel like I really dabble in a lot of things as a wife and a mother as well on that list.
And you got to save your money, but you got to live. You can't be. You have a partner in life, so you have to enjoy. You can't be just like a hoarder and you hoard onto that money and your partner's bored in life.
Right.
That's not good. You got to work hard, save, but enjoy. And
agreed. I think that was the best. The last sentence you said you made the most sense, which is true. Like, you got to find the happy medium. You also have to make sure your partner's happy and is getting to have a dinner once in a while. And if it's once every 2 weeks, if that's whatever it is, you can't bore your partner and hoard every dollar. This episode of On Display is brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.yeah. Every time I use Booking.com to find a place to stay in the U.S., I know they'll have exactly what I'm looking for. They have a huge variety of options from hotels to vacation rentals, and I'm always able to find something that fits my specific needs. I've found that Booking.com has something for everyone. Guys, Joe and I use Booking.com quite often, especially when it comes to just finding a quick getaway for the weekend. It's so easy to find the exact place that you want to stay in. Patio, check. Pool, check. Close to the coffee shop, check. No matter who you are, Booking.com helps you find the stay that's absolutely right for you. So check them out and find exactly what you're booking for on Booking.com. Booking.yeah. Imagine an app designed to make you use it less. Seems counterproductive, no? Well, Apartments.com's instant alert feature works exactly that way. Instead of scanning rental listings a million times a day, simply set and forget your search to whatever you're looking for in a place and let Apartments.com do the rest. From pet-friendly apartments to balconies to in-unit ACs, Apartments.com's powerful search tools let you know when your perfect combination of features you're seeking is listed. So you don't have to power through rental descriptions one by one. With more rental listings than anywhere else, Apartments.com's instant alerts mean you can spend less time online looking for the perfect place and more time doing you. And Apartments.com has more than just apartments. They have all kinds of homes, from houses to townhouses to condos to apartments and everything in between. They've helped millions of renters find their perfect place to live, the ones that check off all their own personal boxes. So check it out. Apartments.com, the place to find a place. Okay, guess what the number 2 thing is?
What is it?
Guess how often should couples have sex is the number 2.
Sex.
I mean, this is we've been discussing this forever. I feel like we just hit this subject a little bit. I do feel like it's a big situation. Sometimes the women, because we have so many couple friends, guys, Joe and I are huge with couples, right? I feel like we're always giving couple advice. We have a million friends and all our friends are couples. It's just who we hang with, what we do, right, Joe? Like, we just have a ton of couple friends, and they're all different. Each one of their marriages are different. They all confide in us. They all tell us what goes on. And it's funny because we have some couples that literally the girl is like, he goes to sleep. He doesn't want to have sex. Like, I want to have sex. And he doesn't care if I wear the sexy lingerie. He doesn't care. And then there's the guy that's complaining. She doesn't have enough sex and she doesn't want it. And I'm going to go get it somewhere else because she's not like giving it to me or whatever it is. And I just feel like that is such a hard, I totally believe that money's number 1 and sex is number 2. I believe this list so far, right?
So what is the moral of the story?
I don't know.
Keep fucking.
No.
That's what the moral say. You have to keep fucking. And that's it. And that's, I'm going to say it in the nicest way possible.
Well,
that's
I say,
it.
Okay, he's going to say that. And I'm going to say, even if sexual needs aren't met, make sure that you're at least like communicating. If there's a lack of communication, if you're not telling them, listen, I'm starting to get insecure because I feel like you don't want to have sex with me. Like, I'm starting to be like, I'm unhappy. I'm getting a little depressed. I'm feeling like, because I don't feel like you want me. Is something wrong? Like, or women automatically turn that into like, does he want someone else? Like, why doesn't he want me? Or even the man feels like that.
Communication's everything, right?
I think that needs to be a conversation that you cannot be scared to have. This is all about long-term couples, guys. If you're going to be a long-term couple, you need that open community. You need to tell them. It's an uncomfortable conversation sometimes because you don't want to look and be like, well, why don't you want me? Like, but you have to say it. And if you don't say it, more time's just going to keep going. And
I think the less you have sex, it's just going to grow and get less and less and less and less. You know, if you're going to do, all right, we're doing it once a week. Then once a week turns into once every 2 weeks. Then every 3 weeks. Then you're like once a 6 months. And then all of a sudden it just falls apart. You just got to keep doing it. You know?
True. Joe believes that if you do let a lot of time go by, you kind of get into that rut where it's like where you get used to not doing it. You get used to just going to bed. And then it creates like this awkwardness for when you are going to actually do it and things get like weird. So if you let it go for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and if you're going on a month without sex, and I get it, once or twice, like if you can't have sex one whole week, no big deal, 2 weeks. But if this is becoming like a habit, you're going to fall into this, we don't connect sexually at least once a week. Like I think once a week for married couples with babies and kids is more than enough.
Oh, come on,
we're not talking like for an
No.
average family and an average couple.
but-
Yes, it is, Joe. We're
Yeah,
not
but-
talking about you.
Listen, I'm not.
Once a week, a lot of men
I
are
would-
very happy with that.
I would push on a minimum twice a week because the more you do it,
Listen,
the
if you
more
could,
connected you
fine.
are, the more you want to feel good. Listen, the more you get naked and you're doing it, it's gonna get you. You want to be in shape. You want to feel good. You're gonna be like my man wanted me, my husband wanted me, my wife wants me. You feel different. It's a mental game. It's not just physical. Keep that in your mind. It's a mental game.
Okay.
You walk around the streets happy for some reason. You don't even know why you're happy. If you work at a desk job or somebody comes in and you're a clerk somewhere, they walk in, hello, I need help? And you're like, I'll help you, whatever you need. But if you didn't have sex and for a week or 2 weeks or 4 weeks, you're miserable, you're nasty, you're mean. You don't know. It's a mental game.
All right, guys. I don't know. You can try out Joe's little thing, but I believe that if you have little kids, I feel like as you get older and the kids are older, like you probably should have a little bit more, believe it or not. But like when you're in that, the mommy's got the boobie in the mouth and they're doing this and doing that and changing diapers and there's 10 kids hanging on them all day or 3 kids and babies and all these things. And then they're like, your husband comes home, he's like, give it to me. You're like, fuck you.
No, well, that the mommy needs love. The mommy's been working all day with the kids. She needs to release the poison.
Oh my
She
God. Did he
needs to
just say
feel
that?
Good. But she does. She needs attention.
All right.
Even though she might not say no, but she does. It's how you do it.
All right, Joe. So guess what number 3 is?
What?
Where do we spend the holidays? Is it better to host or better to attend? Like couples fight over whose house they're going to for the holidays, where they're going to go, whose family they're going to see. Like that's crazy that is number 3.
Family.
And you know what? I think that's so true. I remember that.
Go to your
just
sister-in-law's house.
yeah, or don't. And you know what? Like it's truly like one of those things where I believe that. And I remember as a young married couple, Joe, that was a big thing. Like it is big, especially I would say not so much for long married couples. I'd say this goes on a lot in the early beginning stage of marriage when you first get married and you guys are figuring out like who gets Christmas Eve, who gets Hanukkah, who gets New Year's Eve, whose family are we going to see for Easter, where are we going for Thanksgiving, right? So it's like I think that's a big problem and a lot of people fight over it and they're like, well, my family throws a better party and your family's boring and I can't stand Aunt whoever. So I feel like that's a big thing. Do we have any advice for people on that? You think we would be like the king and queen of advice on family and where to go? Yeah, I mean, just watch The Real Housewives of New Jersey. If you
Listen, here's the advice. What are you going to do? You got to suck it up.
Yes.
And listen, you're married into it, right? So you just got to suck it up and make your day's going to be miserable, but you got to.
You know what? You got to put your game face on. I truly believe in that. Try to make the best of it. If you sit there with the puss on your face, you're going to ruin your whole holiday as well. You might as well pour yourself a cocktail if that's what you like. Grab some food. Like make it through the day, because once you put on that like puss face, people pick up on that. It trickles down. So I say try your best to kind of do a happy medium.
As I got older, I'm 50 now, and I've realized that it's about me, right? So it's about me. So if I'm gonna go and know that I'm going to your house and your family's house, and I hate your mother-in-law, just say I hate my mother-in-law, let's just say, and I'm gonna go there and I'm going to ruin my day. I'm going to be like, shit, I hate going there. And I'm going to ruin. Now I'm ruining me. I don't want to ruin me. So I'm just going to go, do what I got to do. They might rag on me or whatever. Okay, in one ear, out the other. But I was happy and I feel good and I'm coming home and tomorrow I'm going to see him again, So just, it's all about you.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, number 4. Flirty behavior. Ooh. Some people might be naturally flirty, but flirting might be a reaction to like a lack of attention also. So this is about flirty behavior. I'm not sure if it's referencing like with other people or within the marriage, but I feel like we have opinions on both, right? So would you say I flirt with you, Joe, or what do you think I do? Like, what do you feel?
Do you flirt?
Yeah.
I mean, here and there, not much.
Like I'm cutesy with you though. Like at times,
cutesy,
like I'll be funny.
Yeah.
If anything, I think I'm funny. Like I'll make him laugh or I'll do something so silly and he's just like, this girl's a whack job. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, flirty's nice. I like flirty.
well, you know what you say when you think, you always go, I like when you're sweet. That's your word. You're like, I like when you're so sweet. Why are you being so sweet to me today? Yeah. That's what you say. You say I'm sweet.
Sweet. When you're sweet, I'm like, oh, who are you? You know?
You like when I'm sweet.
Yeah.
Do you think I flirt? Do you think that you flirt with me?
Always.
What? How do you flirt with me?
I grab your ass. I tell you look good. I come over. I bite your face.
You bite my face.
I pull your hair a little bit. Don't I give a little yank?
No, you don't pull this hair.
Yes, I do. A little yank because you like it. You're like, oh, you know, little yank.
Oh my God.
See, you know, I give her a little bit of everything. Give her love. Give her attention.
I like attention.
Give her a little, you know, little roughness. Little 50 Shades of Grey.
I'll talk about one more because then I want to talk about.
I don't want you to miss out on anything.
Yeah, because there's actually one more that I want to talk about, and I want to talk about like because I know we deal with this with a lot of our friends too. The man or the woman, we'll say both because we actually have two couples. One, the man's out a lot due to his job, and one, the woman's out a lot due to her job. How much time should be spent away at work, at dinners, at business dinners, at business lunches? I would put this in the top 3. I don't know why this is down at like number 8, but I skipped right to it because I feel like this is really a huge thing. We have a lot of couple friends that have this problem, that their jobs call for them to have business lunches like almost every day. And a lot of them, it's true. They really do have to be there at these meetings. And it just so happens they do them at lunches and there's always a cocktail while they're having the meeting most of the time. Like, Joe, give some advice to the people who really are frustrated and like, this is a problem. Like, there's got to be a little give and take here.
Listen, networking is huge. It really is. And if you have that kind of business and you have to take a client out to lunch and smooze them and make them happy and make them your friend to get his business, that's what you have to do. You have to understand is that's how you get business. Business is bought by relationships. It's who you know and who likes you. You understand? So if you get mad, if I have to take out Mr. Smith to get a contract of a $10 million contract and you're bitching at me and I don't take out Mr. Smith, but Joe Schmo there takes out Mr. Smith and they hit it off. That guy, Joe Schmo, is getting that $10 million contract. And I didn't. So you have to understand that's what you have to do in life. It's all about who you know. It's not how smart you are or how much money you have. It's who you know.
Yeah, I feel like this is one of those things, though, that you really need to, for any of my listeners out there that are not married yet or might be engaged or dating or whatever, this is something you really need to pay attention to before you get married. You also need to know who you're marrying. So, like, chances are, if they do this a lot, they do a lot of lunch meetings, they do a lot of dinner meetings, they do a lot of nights out with their friends before you get married, trust me, that is only going to get worse, not better when you do get married. It's just a fact. Like it's who they are, and you really need to know what you can deal with, right? Like if you are marrying someone that needs to network constantly, needs to be out to lunch constantly, and then you go and have kids and babies with this person, chances are they're still going to go out, they're still going to network a lot. But I do want to help couples out there that, you know, they're very frustrated with this and they want to fix it. And I don't know, Joe, do you have any advice for any of the guys? Like, are these ladies who are listening or the guys who are listening, if they are one of those guys who don't spend a lot of time at home with the family, who don't make enough time and what's your advice to them? How can they get better? Because do they realize they could be potentially ruining their family? They're making their wives very unhappy.
Right, but my what I'm telling, my advice is just do what you have to do, but you got to go home and spend time with your wife. You got to take her out, and you got to do all that with your kids, and keep networking and keep making money, because that money is going to your wife and your kids anyway. And I understand. I know it's a give and take. I get it. I understand what everybody goes through, but listen, you got to work in life. You really do, and you got to lock up.
I get it. But how much is money? So you can have all the money in the world, but if you have a miserable wife at home, and I'm just putting it on husband and wife right now, you can have all the money in the world, you can get all the contracts in the world, but when you come home and your wife's unhappy and she has a puss face on and she's sad and she doesn't feel happy, that's a problem. And there's a lot of people out there, Joe, like this that are like they need help.
But if your husband doesn't pay to, let's say, and I'm not talking about just your husband, your wife, your husband, whoever's out there networking, they can't come home and they can't pay the bills. That's misery too, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's why there has to be an equal balance of recognizing that there's got to be a balance between work and life that you need or life that you want in your partner. So basically, you're going to need to give up a little something. They're going to need to give up a little something. If they have to have these lunch meetings or whatever it is, they need to really end the meeting when it's over and not sit and have the additional drink at the bar after. They need to say, I had the meeting, I spent an hour or two, and they need to go home after. I think that's going to help a lot. Then, okay, the meeting's done, but now we're going to hang and have a cocktail.
Yeah, but sometimes that meeting is the meeting, and then the guy that you're with, he's like, let me have a drink. Let's have a drink. So that meeting was just a meeting, right? And then that 2 hours or that 3 hours you just spent with him, you just locked the deal up.
Could be. It could be, but I can definitely see.
That's how it really works. I'm telling you, it's how they like you, whoever they are, whatever you're looking for. And listen, it's like you going into a movie gig, and it depends how you hit it off with the producer. Really, it's how they like you and how you hit it. They pick the person.
Yeah, life is scary, especially in the entertainment business. It's very much so networking and connections. But honestly, my advice to all of this, it's really just like recognize how your partner or your potential partner balances work and how they balance life. And I'd say it probably is not going to change that much, right? And it may get worse. Whatever bothers you may just get worse as time goes on and as they get more comfortable in the marriage and feel more like, she's not going anywhere or he's not going anywhere. Because this is vice versa. A lot of men are home, the women are out, they have these events, they do what they do. And I just think there's a way to make sure that, because it comes down to like selfishness as well. And yes, money's important and money matters and going to work, but the happiness of your partner matters too, because it's just, you're going to be equally unhappy, right? I mean, is that the best thing to say?
I understand. I get it. But today with social media, right? And everyone's watching, they want that better life. And when if they're holding you back, you're not hitting that meeting, you got to come home. But then they're like, well, why can't we buy that car? And why can't we go on this vacation? And why can't I get that purse? You know, look at these people have it. I'm looking on social media, they all have it. Then what are you going to do? Go out and go work and hustle and grind. You're never happy. No one's ever happy.
Well, there's got to be a balance.
The balance.
A balance between marriage and money and like bills.
Money's the root of all evil. And you need it.
It's true.
You know,
this is true. Listen, there's 5 more we can talk about, guys, but we'll definitely talk about the rest of this the next time you're on the podcast, because I can go on and on and on for days. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed our marriage advice for today. Joe, you were a little like raunchy on some of your things, but I think women, want to hear your point of view every once in a while.
It's real. It's not raunchy. It's called real. You have to do it. If I don't say it that way, you're not going to understand.
All right. You're just being real and honest with us. Is that it?
That's it.
All right. Well, thank you for being real and honest with my listeners. As always, we love you, and we love your truth that you spread throughout the podcast.
I can only tell the truth, baby. That's all I can do.
All right, guys, have an awesome week. Thank you in advance for all your birthday wishes tomorrow. I love you guys all so much. You're all amazing, and I appreciate all the years we have spent together.
Nice.
We'll see you soon.
Peace.
Ciao.
All right, I may not be as funny as Nikki Glazer.
I want to pitch a series of like calendars where men are just crying in a therapist's office or punching a pillow and working out their anger towards their dad.
But I do have my moments. I actually have full conversations.
With the moon.
Yes. I try to keep it pretty balanced on this podcast. A little fun dance between comedy, therapy, self-medicating. Oh, and sorry, if you haven't guessed, hi, I'm Caitlin Bristow, host of Off the Vine podcast, where we like to just keep things loose and keep them raw and keep them real, like when we have listeners call in and give confessions.
And then that glass of wine progressed into me becoming a unicorn for them.
But we do, and I promise you this, try to keep it honest and vulnerable. So jump on the wagon, not off, grab your favorite bottle of wine, preferably Spade and Sparrows, and join the Vinos. Have yourself a time. The Off the Vine podcast is available wherever you get your podcasts.
Pluto TV has all the shows and movies you love streaming for free. That means laughter is free with gut-busting comedies like The Neighborhood, Boomerang, and Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Bueller.
Mystery is free with countless cases to crack from Criminal Minds, Tracker, and Matlock.
I'm a lawyer, like the old TV show.
And thrills are free with heart-pumping hits like The Walking Dead and Pulp Fiction.
Correct the mundo.
Feel the free Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.